as I've lived my life, over these years, there's always this one quote that comes back to me every time that I'm in a place where I don't feel like doing something, or I'm not necessarily the most passionate about, a topic or something that I need to do, or something that I want to do, I guess is more so the right word. I learned this formula back, I had to be maybe 19 years old, so probably 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. And it's completely changed the way I see, I don't want to say success, because it doesn't necessarily change the way I see success, but it does change the way that I look at accomplishing success in a sense, right? And the formula that I heard was needs times faith equals motivation. And I know that sounds like a real cheesy quote, like, oh yeah, needs times faith equals motivation. But when you really boil it down to the smallest common denominator, that's really what it comes down to. Anytime that I feel like I want to do something, and it's a great idea, and it's really it's a really cool idea, I can always look back and go, okay, well, there's either one or two reasons why I don't feel passionate about this topic, or I don't want to necessarily pursue this thing, or I don't want to just do it, right? And it's either one, there's not a need, it's just a want. It's just something that I maybe want to do, and it'd be good if it happened, but if it didn't happen, it's okay as well. And the other is faith, and it's either I don't believe in myself to do the thing that I'm wanting to do, or I don't believe in the thing itself to do it, right? And I think when you come into a point in your life where you start making decisions based on that, I think a lot will change for you. I think that too many times we try to control our own motivation by willpower. And not that willpower doesn't work. Sorry, I got the sun is like right in my face. Not that willpower doesn't work, because obviously it does. Being disciplined, doing what you need to do works. I'm not necessarily talking about replacing discipline with motivation, because we all know that emotions come and go, and there's going to be times in a day where you're not going to want to do something, but you need to do it. And if you don't do it, then the whole business will stop, right? I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about new ideas. I'm talking about building from the ground up. So I believe that this is where a lot of coaching, I believe this is where a lot of innovation and business all root from. Just needs time, faith equals motivation. Most people, they don't start businesses because they just want to, and they were like, I got home one day and I wanted to start a business, so I did. It usually doesn't work like that. Like, from all the stories that I've heard, it's usually people that have been in the grind, they've struggled in some sort of way, and they hated their job, or they were going through some type of problem, financial problems, or you name it, and so they needed to fix some sort of problem, or they saw someone else with a problem, and there was this need to fix something, right? On the other side, you have faith. Now this equation, it isn't needs plus faith. So you have this need, and if you just add faith to it, then you'll get motivation. No. It's needs times faith. So on the faith side, you have to either believe that you can do the thing that you're trying to accomplish, or you already believe in the thing, but you just have to believe that the thing actually works in itself. So, for example, coaching and building an online coaching business, a lot of times I run into people that are like, man, it'd be so cool to build an online coaching business, but I just don't think that I can do it. They're already in financial trouble. They're already trying to figure out, how to pay their bills every single month. They already have, people reaching out to them saying, hey, like, can you teach me how to do, fill in the blank. So the issue isn't the need. The issue isn't necessarily faith in coaching. The issue is that they don't have faith in themselves. And so obviously there's not going to be any motivation for this person to go and actually build that online coaching business. what I want to do in this video is bring to the realization in your life of this formula. And I want you to start thinking about where exactly you can apply this formula in your life, right? And so for me, I'm pulling the trigger on my coaching business. And so I ask myself, where did this motivation come from? Why am I all of a sudden, so passionate about doing this? And why am I deciding that right now is the time to do it? And if I'm honest with you, it's because I need to stop working a job. For me, I'm not a big fan of jobs. I'm not a big fan of corporate America. I'm not in a place yet where I can just transition. Obviously, when you have 5 kids and you have a wife, there's different things you have to pay for, and at the moment, having a job just keeps that income stable. So that way, as my business grows, expenses are taken care of, bills are taken care of, etc., and I don't have to worry about that fluctuation in every business. And so my need is I want to get out of my career and I want to build an online business. 1, for my family. 2, for myself. 3, because I believe that God created us to do more than just clock in, clock out of your job and go work for somebody else. I believe that He called us here to serve people with the gifts that He gave us. And when we don't, we're doing a disservice, not only to ourselves, not only to other people, but to Him as well. And so my need is bigger than just myself, right? It's not something that I'm just like, I just want to make a bunch of money because I want a nice car, stuff like that. That would be a want. On the other side of this equation is faith. So I have my need. I know exactly what my need is. On the faith side, I believe that I can build one of the biggest coaching businesses that I've ever seen and that you've ever seen. I also believe, obviously, that coaching businesses work. I look at coaching businesses every single day. I study coaching businesses. I've worked with clients. I've gotten to a point where I've become obsessed with the coaching industry, and it's not a pipe dream of, oh man, if only I could be a coach. No, it's just now you need to create the systems, and you need to create the business, and you need to create the programs and organizations in order to actually have the business, right? And then you pair that with, not only can I build systems, I believe that I can actually lead a coaching business. And so now you have those two sides of the equation. And when you have both and you multiply the two, you have motivation, because now there's nothing stopping you other than yourself to actually go and achieve this idea, this goal, or this dream that you planted inside your brain. And so I want to ask you, what in your life can you look at and go, man, I need to fix this. Here's what I believe can fix it, and I believe that I can do it. And then you pair the two together and then go do it, because that's where the motivation is going to come in. And so I know I'm rambling at this point, but as I was leaving the gym this morning, I really felt on my heart that I really wanted to share that formula with you guys, because I understand there's people out there that they want to do something and they just can't figure out why they can't get themselves to do it. Like, they can't figure out why the motivation isn't there. And this is why. It's because they either don't have a need, or they have a need, but they just haven't figured out what the need is. So there's that need that they need to figure out. On the other side, they need to figure out, can they actually do it? And do they actually believe in the thing that they're trying to do? And once they compare those two together, at that point, nothing will stop them, because they'll have the motivation. All they need to do is take action on the motivation, be disciplined, and be patient. And the rest of it will figure out itself. And so with that, guys, I hope this video inspires you to go take action. I hope this video inspires you to look inward and figure out exactly why you haven't done certain things. If you're watching this as a brand new coach and you're looking to scale your business, you're just getting started, or maybe you even have a few clients, hit that link below and let's talk. I think that a lot of guys would have way bigger businesses if they stopped trying to do it all by themselves and just took advice from someone else. I had to do the exact same thing when I first got into this industry. I tried to do it by myself. I watched hours and hours and hours and hours of videos, and it wasn't until I purchased Iman Gadzhi's course from Agency Navigator and learned the steps of how to go and build an online coaching business to where I actually believe that I could actually do it. And so I think that you guys, especially you guys starting out, are in the exact same spot. Don't try to wing it. Don't try to just do what you think is going to be the best thing for you to do. Get advice from someone that's in the trenches with you. So with that, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Go hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.